Hello everybody, Marina here, back for another video, and today's video is gonna be a wrap up. Yes, you heard me well. It's been a while, huh? It's been a while. But this month, or the last month, let's say, in the month of October, I read 9 books. Yeah, don't look at me like that. 9, but let me tell you, there's a play and a graphic novel. But nevertheless, those are books too. Okay, let me show you my pile of victory. Woohoo! Amen. All that we've been through, our time must come to rejoice. On new agendas too. Yes, I read 9 books. Okay, now let's be serious. Let's talk about books. Okay, first, the last book I read was this play by Gina Mopley, South African playwright. Have you seen Zandila? I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It deals with the abduction, not really, I mean, yeah, you can call it that, the abduction of Zandila. Zandila was living with her grandma. Let me keep it here for those who want to see. Zandila was living with her grandma because her dad and mom were separated. Her mom married another man, and so did and her father married another woman as well. Nobody wanted the child, so the grandma took the child and started raising her. And the grandma made sure that she went to school because she wanted a daughter, a granddaughter, to be educated and to have all these possibilities in life. And she knew Zandile to be brilliant. Okay, so she did everything she could do to raise her and to, educate her. But the mother would decide one day to go and fetch the child without telling the grandma, because the grandma I'm talking about is the paternal grandma. The paternal grandma is the mother of Zandile's father. All right, it does make sense. And the mother says, "Okay, I'm going to take my daughter," because she had plans for the daughter. But which plans? I was a bit disappointed when I found out, but I'm not going to tell you because it's a play. It's very short, so we're not giving away too much. And I didn't judge the mother, but I was sad to see that as a woman who went through everything she went through, that what the only thing or the only possibility she was seeing for a daughter was that. And I was like, why did you go and? But don't be judgmental. You just read and you understand that, okay, this happens in so many patriarchal societies. So you deal with that. You have apartheid in the background, of course. It's never, ever once named. She doesn't use that word once in writing, but you know that apartheid is doing so many harms to these people and these families. Yes, I love it. I love it when people do it. It's your imagination in your reading. You are understanding why. Sometimes you wonder why didn't they do that, and then you're like, okay, apartheid, black people, apartheid, black people. You need a pass to go here. You need a permission to settle there, etc., etc. Great play. Even if at times the fact that everything is most of the time things are written in, I think it's Kosa first prior to being translated, was bothering me a little bit because I think that this is the type of play that you want to see, you want to watch. You don't just want to read because maybe the voice was missing. I wanted those words in Kosa or in, I don't know if it's Zulu. Is it Zulu or it's Kosa? I don't know. But I wanted to hear them spoken by somebody who could have pronounced them the righteous way for me to, get the musicality of it, because there's a lot of music involved also in this play. But I loved it anyhow. I read The Resurrection of Winnie Mandela, and I have a review that I will be uploading soon, so you can see what I thought of it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. If you can grab a copy of it, don't hesitate, read it. I love it because it is history in her story. Like, she tells the story of South Africa first, and then the story of Winnie Mandela. She is who she is, or she was who she was because of everything that was going on in our country, everything our ancestors our ancestors went through and everything that the politicians were doing in those times. So this one is a must, definitely a must. Unfamiliar because I think it's the second the second person voice, but you get used to it. Well done. It is by Sisonke. I'm sorry, but I told you I'll upload a video. I also read The Cry of Winnie Mandela. Actually, I read this prior to reading the Resurrection. So, yeah, expect a video as well. I'm telling you this confidently because I've already made the videos. Yes, that's me. What is The Cry of Winnie Mandela about? It's a novel based on the Greek story or Greek mythology of Penelope, the woman who waited for 17 years for her husband to come back, and what she went through during those years of waiting for her husband. And then the Penelope became South African women, those who waited in different situations and for different reasons. Voila, this one. Great as well. It was a 4-star read for me. 4-star. 4 stars, 5 stars. Look at my mouth. Then, I read Niwam by Semben Usman. Gave it 5 out of 5. Niwam and Tao are in this collection. I mean, they are 2 short stories. Tao is longer than Niwam, but they are just both equally good. They are good, worth the read. Like, hey, Coco Samate, you got to read this one. Penza, you need to read this one. You need to read this one. And I also read Khala by the same author. This also is by Semben Usman. I gave it 4 out of 5 because the ending, no, the ending, This talks about the decline, the fall of a businessman named Elaji. Elaji is a polygamous man. He already have 2 wives and he prepares himself for a 3rd wife. And on the night of the marriage, he cannot get his penis erect. From that moment on, his life will be a total mess and we will witness his downfall. I recommend. I read The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. It's a kind of coming of age or let's say a realization of a young boy into his differences. He's a mixed race to start with, is a mixed race. So there's a lot of identity issues dealt with in this one because not only is he half black, half white, but his mother tells him he's not half anything because he's a whole person. He's a whole self, okay? He's also gay and he cannot, like, let's say proudly claim it among his family members because being gay is more of a curse or a sin or something that is not, you cannot praise or something you cannot be proud of. But anyways, you need to read it to see how it evolves from Mikey to Mike, whatever. He is worth the read. It is contemporary, written in verse, kind of YA, but not really because the messages here are important in the society we're living in. You have to accept other people differences. People don't depend on your approval to be or to become. They exist, so you might as well get used to it. I read Black Girl and I was so pleased to read from all these writers, to read the moment where they found themselves in the books that they were reading, how happy they were to find Black characters in the books they were reading, how important it was for them to have people to look up to. For those who were looking up to James Baldwin, and some were looking up to Zora Neale Hurston, and some were, each and every great writer you talk to, or who talk to you through this collection, will show you how important it is that we are represented. Some people don't find it important because to them reading is just a mean to escape. But to me, finding myself or recognizing myself in a book, or recognizing my people through characters that are drafted or written there, is very important, and you should be reading this. And I would recommend, for those of you who have teenagers, 14, 15 years old girls or boys, to give them this to read. It might help. It might help. I read The Book of Echoes by Rosanna Amaka. This was the read along for the Black History Month in the UK, organized by Didi, aka Brown Girl Reading. And I read it. I didn't, because I'm a slow reader, so I was dreading to be, behind. And once I started it, I couldn't stop. So maybe in the first week of October, I was done with the book. So yeah, I thought when we had a conversation with Didi, I thought that I gave it 5 stars, but no, I gave it 4 because I went back in the book and saw the notes that I left in. I had written many things that I sticked in the book, and I found out, yeah, I hadn't marked it on Goodread yet, but I knew when we were done, I knew that I had given it 4 stars, and I know why. A review might come of this one. Yes, because today we are the first day in November. So yesterday we had the live on Didi's YouTube channel. It was live there with Michael and Tatiana, and in the presence of Rosanna Amaka, and she answered some of our questions. So if you missed it, don't hesitate to go back on Didi's channel because the live is there. So you will learn a bit more about this book if ever you're curious. If you want to know much more, don't hesitate. Help yourself. I read this one. It's a graphic novel by Rokhaya Diallo and Blanchette. I would sum it up as a mansplaining kind of graphic novel. That's what it is. How to shush this man who tried to teach us life when they know less than we do about matter that we master in, and they always feel the need to open their mouth and try to teach us because, of course, women are meant to be taught, and men are the ultimate teachers. We all know that. They know better than we do. They know better even about our bodies. They know better about our ambition. They know better about our roles. They know better, etc. Okay? So, yeah, sometimes you need to read this type of book to remind yourself that, next time somebody try to mansplain things to me, I might just hold his, and teach him how, with my women's power, I can get it erect or get it down, okay? Without being that violent, because I'm against violence. You don't trust me, but anywho, I would recommend this to those of you because it is in French. Yeah, so c'est pour les francophones plutôt. I love it. It's a quick read. You have many illustrations, and you have many examples and concrete examples of people in the situation of mansplaining on TV or elsewhere. And you do have, I don't want to spoil it for you, but you will recognize some people this is for the French people. You will recognize some people you see on a daily basis or you hear of in this graphic novel. So voila, those were my reading in the month of October, and I'm not going to complain. I think there's one book missing, and that is An Image of Africa by Professor Chinua Achebe. Wow, it was a small, teeny thingy, but Lord, I took notes, and it took me forever to finish. Not because it was difficult or whatever, but because there were so many things to learn from An Image of Africa, given the circumstances, because I was reading it while the handsaw movement was going on the social media, and we were hearing so many things. So when I was reading the trouble about Nigeria, I was like, okay, this was written I don't know how many years ago, and we're still here. No changes. So voila. Wait a minute. I'm back. I just wanted to show you what it looks like for those of you who don't know, and maybe you want to buy yourself a copy of An Image of Africa. This is what it looks like. It's an essay, as I say, it's very small, by Professor Chinua Achebe. The first part, of course, deals with is criticism regarding Heart of Darkness by Conrad. And then the second part is the trouble with Nigeria. Okay, so yep, An Image of Africa, if ever you're interested. So that's it for me today. That was my October wrap up. And trust me, it's been a while and I feel so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I don't want you to applaud or to encourage me. I'm encouraging myself. I'm being my very Nigerian, so sure, so proud, and losing my humility. Telling you I've read those books and I finished them. Yes, this is me being Nigerian. That's the best Nigerian me I can ever be, because I'm not used to, yeah. I'm in the Congolese bullshit where we're trained to be humble. Yeah. What for? We don't know. Voila, I'm showing off a little bit. Crossing my finger for this month of November, because nonfiction, y'all. See you in my next video, people. Remain blessed. Bye-bye.